house that can withstand any mob attack. Hey guys, it's Chad. Today we're taking another episode from the mailbag. This came in and the question is, can you make a tutorial on how to make a mob-proof house? As the name, call me Deserted Swifty. Love your vids. Thanks so much, Deserted Swifty. Well, I took your challenge, okay? I've made a mob-proof house, so let's jump into it.
So here we are inside of Minecraft. And before we get started with building our house that will be completely mob-proof, we do need to clarify which mobs this house will be mob-proof from. Because there are a few mobs that have some like super-duper hardcore powers. Specifically, the End Dragon. The End Dragon will fly through blocks and destroy basically every single block in the overworld. And that could cause a whole bunch of problems for us, basically, when it comes to the blocks that we can build out of. So if you really want to make a 100% mob-proof building, you would need to stick to something that the End Dragon does not destroy. And the only blocks that you can really build with that fit that description are obsidian, endstone, and iron bars. Now we have to take into effect the Wither. The Wither has the ability to shoot projectiles that will explode on contact. And these projectiles will blow up any block that does not have a density or blast resistance of at least 30. So you're still able to build with obsidian, iron bars, and endstone because all of those do have a blast resistance, but that would basically be the only blocks that you would be able to build with in your mob-proof house. Now, I'm just going to assume that you in the overworld will never have to fight an Ender Dragon, and you might have to fight a Wither because naturally, dragons don't just fly around over in the overworld. So we're going to build our house mob-proof to the most powerful mob being the Wither. And obviously, we're going to take into effect all of the other hostile mobs. These hostile mobs include spiders and creepers and, cavemen and endermen and cavemen. Those don't exist. I was thinking of cave spider, and then I said enderman. Anyway, that is what is going to be in our mob-proof house. Now, if we're going to build with these blocks that can't be blown up by the Wither, well, what blocks do those include? All of these stone have a blast resistance of 30, but grass cannot be built with. Oak, or really any wood product, so any logs, any stripped birch logs, any of these logs, those can't be built with. Any of the sand types, so either red or normal sand, but also sandstone and gravel are out. Any of the ores, although the blocks of these can be built with. So gold blocks can be built with, but gold ore cannot. A lot of the blocks you would expect, like glass and wool and that sort of stuff, those can't be built with. Also, neither can quartz. Now, this is kind of surprising to me. Quartz has a higher blast resistance, so that can't be built with. Purple blocks can. I think mossy cobblestone can. Things like ice and snow, they cannot. Any of the vegetation blocks like melons or pumpkins, they cannot. Netherrack is just absolutely right out. That is way too of a destructible block. Now, when it comes to the end blocks, so end stone and end stone bricks, I mentioned before, end stone can be built with, but end stone bricks cannot be built with. Those will blow up. We already mentioned quartz. Here we are at all the terracotta blocks. Terracotta cannot be built with. That has a too low of blast resistance. Same thing, of course, with all of the different glasses. Prismarine can be built with. Prismarine is just fine. Concrete cannot be built with. I was really surprised about that. Concrete has a blast resistance of 9, which was really surprising to me when we need a blast resistance of at least 30 in order to withstand blocks breaking to the Wither. When it comes to coral, coral can be built with. Same thing with dead coral and normal coral. Both of those are workable. Of course, if you place living coral on the ground, then it's going to die real fast. And normal stone is something that you can build with. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a foundation for my build with some stone. Now that foundation is down, you are going to have to make sure that you light this, of course. But if you're going to build a house inside of this foundation, you may want to build it on a half slab, because if you have a half slab, a lower half slab, that is, if you have one of these upper half slabs, well, then that counts as just a normal block. But if you have a half slab down, then mobs cannot spawn on them. So having half slabs around can be useful to stop spawning. So we're just going to place down some half slabs, and this is going to be the floor of our house. I'm just going to build up the walls here. Now, what I am building is going to just be a kind of like example house. It's going to be kind of small. You might want to build something a little bit larger. Now, at the top, I have made sure to leave every single block at a half slab level. This is the top of a block, and this is that little half slab that I was talking about. You can kind of see it with the hitbox. So we're going to want to add a roof in here. So we're just going to add that like here. There we go. This is the inside of our house. Now, a thing to note is that doors, and specifically iron doors, actually cannot be placed down in this mob-proof house if you want to fight a wither. I mean, I guess you could just for aesthetics, but iron doors, where are they? Here they are, actually have a blast resistance less than 30, so they could be blown up. Hopefully no mobs will get into this area at all, so we don't have to worry too much about doors. Next, let's talk about lighting. We already talked a little bit about that with the half slabs, but normal torches can easily be blown up by withers, and that's such. Inside of buildings, they would be just fine, basically, so that you can see. We are not going to have any mob problems inside of this house. But there is a technique that you can use in order to make sure to have light that will be indestructible when it comes to ghasts. And that is using iron bars and, of all things, lava. Both iron bars and lava have a blast resistance higher than the wither can explode. So you can place down some iron bars, put some lava in the middle, and you'd be good to go. And this is not going to have, this building that is not going to have any wood in it whatsoever, because the wood could be destroyed. So you don't have to worry about things burning down. So you can use this technique later on when you're trying to add some light. If we wanted to add some cool stuff around here, we could maybe add something like that. Whoops, here. We should probably place this down first and then add the lava on top of that. And we'll have this really crazy, like, floating lava chilling out at the top of our building. Really, nothing is going to spawn on top of there. So this is just for looks. In fact, to change up the look a little bit more, I'm going to change this all out with nether brick slabs. Now let's talk about a fence and what it takes to build a good one. You're going to want to have at least some type of solid block. I just kind of like them just for the aesthetics, and then determine just how far apart they are going to have to be. Then you're going to want to cap those with some type of half slab, but you're also going to need to create some type of overhang, because spiders will be able to crawl up a wall. So you need all of that in a good fence. I would not suggest leaving any type of gap in your fence, although it is possible, and that is to stop skeletons. So you do need at least one full line of solid blocks, especially here at the second level of your fence. But also, if you have too big of gaps, spiders can still get through. Remember, a 1x1 gap, well, that's larger than a 1x1 gap, but basically a 1x1 hole is big enough for a cave spider to get through. So you do want to make sure that you have just a fully done fence. There we go. I like those iron bars because I know that their blast resistance is high enough. And then we are going to add this little lip right here all the way around to make sure that no spiders come jumping through. Oh, and I made a mistake. Look at this. This is the top half of the slab. We want to make sure that this is the lower half slab in order to stop mobs from spawning. There we go. Now we are doing this right. Now that you have an impenetrable fence around, how are you going to actually get inside of your own building? Well, I find that the easiest way to create a way for you to get in is to actually have a jump for you to jump across. So I'm just going to create kind of this walkway right here in order for you to jump across. And what we will do is build this down a little bit. And I'm going to make sure to add stairs, on every single side. There we go. And let me just finish this out. Maybe that side's going to have to be a little bit longer than the others. There we go. So I built that out. So that way you can run up here from any way that you come by and jump across. Now you do need to worry a little bit about if a spider is following you or you happen to be standing right here on this edge, a spider might jump at you and attack, and that would be bad news bears. So you don't want that to happen. That might be a way that they would infiltrate into your perfectly planned base. Now, in order for you to get out of your habitat that you have created so far, you are going to need to place down a few blocks in order to escape yourself. And the nicest way that I have found to do this is to put down a slab right here. Nothing should spawn on these stairs or this slab, and that way you can actually just jump right on out. And you could add this in every corner, and it's a pretty easy way just to get out. And of course, you could add these platforms to get back in anywhere that you want. Now we need to light this right here because mobs can spawn all the way on this ground right now. So in order to do that, once again, we are going to avoid the torch and we are going to stick to our iron bar and lava technique. And basically, we can place down some lava inside of there and put an iron door on top, or iron bar on top of that. So lava with iron bars on top, and you shouldn't be able to fall in there, and that will keep our ground here completely mob-proof because of the extra light. I'm walking around this base looking for anything with a light level below 7, which is what is required to have mob spawn, and I don't see one, so it looks like we did a good job there. And it looks pretty cool at night with that ground lighting there with the lava and the iron bars. So some quick notes about this build is that this will protect you basically as long as you are inside of the base. If you happen to be up at the top, of course, you can still be hit by arrows. And also, if you have anything exactly like this, you may get a spider, and by this I mean a piece of land that actually butts up against your fence here. There may be a spider that can jump across and get to you. So you may want to destroy land that's too close to your fence. I have switched into normal survival mode, and this creeper, he's chilling out, but he's not attacking me, which is pretty good. His creeper buddy over there doing the same thing. I can't quite hit him. There we go. Yeah, okay, good. We're good to go. Looks like our mob-proof house is pretty spectacular. The only thing that I would like to do in order to test this is to summon a wither. So let's try this right now. /summon a wither. There we go. Right where I am. Okay. Oh, I was trying to get inside the building first. Ah! Oh my gosh, this isn't gonna be very good if I can't actually get inside. Woo! Oh no! Oh gosh, well hey, at least it's not destroying the building though, and this is great news. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Phantoms out of nowhere! Where's that wither? There he is, way over there. Okay, I put down some mushrooms to hopefully lure this wither over to me. Come over here, wither. Wonder if the wither, hello, wither. Uh-oh, okay, here he is. Oh my gosh, okay, he's trying to attack us. Okay, looks like, wow, the building did pretty good. Mob proof it is. Where is he? Where'd this wither go? Well, there you have it. A mob proof building, wither tested, mushroom approved. There we go.
As an added tip, if you want something to hold your inventory in like a chest, well, chests have a pretty low blast resistance, but you can use shulkers, and shulkers have a higher blast resistance above 30 so that they can also be indestructible in your house. It takes quite a lot to build a mob-proof house. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. Thank you so much for watching this episode. See you next time. Bye.